Imagine Lagos before sunrise, traffic still yawning awake, headphones plugged in across kitchens and HICC seats, an army of tired hearts whispering the same line. It must get better. Then a voice cuts through the hum, brisk, direct, almost like a coach in extra time. Welcome to Next Level Prayers. The chat floods, testimonies roll, and as the city brightens, thousands feel lighter. Behind that voice is Bolaji Idowu, and behind him, a church that began in a room and now stretches across Lagos and beyond. This is not a fairy tale. It is a deliberate build, dates on the calendar, addresses you can visit, live streams you can scroll back to, a rhythm that turned devotion into momentum. What follows is the true story, told like a film. The vision, the grind, the questions, the reach, and the reason people keep coming back, verified at every turn and anchored to places and moments you can check for yourself. Harvester's official site records the church's beginning in December 2003 and outlines the growth. Its locations page lists the physical campuses. Public video archives show daily, next-level prayers. Chapter 1. The story opens in a small gathering with a big claim, that a handful of determined believers could build something durable in the churn of Lagos. The date is specific, December 13th, 2003, when the harvester's dream first stepped into daylight. No confetti, no stadium, just a vision carried by a young pastor who believed that teaching, prayer, and practical systems could outlast hype. The official account from the church's own history is straightforward. What started with a few people grew into one of Lagos's most sought-after places of worship. The line between aspiration and execution would become a theme. Here, it began with a rented space, borrowed microphones, and the stubborn habit of showing up. Harvester's About page cites the December 13th, 2003 start and frames the early story as small beginnings scaling into a citywide footprint. As Lagos sprawled, the church mapped itself onto the city's pulse. Traffic corridors, commuter schedules, blended congregations of students, traders, tech workers, and young families. Every church claims growth. Not every church publishes proof. Harvester's publishes addresses, service times, and an app download. That matter-of-fact transparency became part of its brand. You can find it, go there, and if you're curious, watch it without leaving your sofa. Locations and service info are publicly listed by harvesters and third-party directories like Waze. Chapter 2. To understand the scope, trace the campuses like pins on a board. Lekki by the second roundabout, Bogota along the expressway, Anthony by Ikorita Road, Magodo touching the suburban curve, Ikeja and Ikeja GRA, Aja, Yaba, Ikorodu, Alamosho, with extensions to Abuja and Ibadan. And then the overseas outposts, Birmingham and London, signals of a diaspora energy that takes Lagos' restless faith abroad. Multiple independent listings corroborate these locations. The church's own pages give exact addresses, while conference bios and social channels reiterate the footprint like a refrain. The map matters because it proves scale. When thousands gather weekly across different hubs, you're not just hearing a reputation, you're watching logistics. Locations are enumerated on Harvester's site and mirrored on an Alpha Leadership speaker bio, as well as campus social pages. The campuses operate like synchronized stages under one production ethos. Punctual services, compact sermons with calls to action, and a post-service culture that emphasizes community groups, next steps, and measurable spiritual habits. This multi-center model is not just vocabulary. It's how the content, music, and ministries replicate with slight local flavor, building brand consistency that feels familiar whether you walk into Lekki or Bogota. Chapter 3. If Sunday is the showcase, weekday mornings are the engine. Next Level Prayers is the recurring broadcast where Pastor Bolaji Idowu leans into targeted prayer, career breakthroughs, healing, favor, the practical relief valves that Nigerians talk about in buses and barber shops. The format is brisk: worship fragments, scripture anchors, bold decrees, and specific, "This week must open" petitions. You can timestamp its consistency. Long playlists of past streams sit on YouTube, with new sessions logged as recently as October 2025, confirming that the ritual hasn't cooled. This is more than content. It's a daily appointment that converts a large crowd into a committed core. Momentum thrives on touchpoints. NLP is the daily touchpoint. Public or mid-2025 streams also exist. The psychological effect matters. Morning prayer frames the workday, creating a shared narrative. God will intervene in the tangible details: visa approvals, job offers, medical results. This sharpens engagement because outcomes can be checked by Friday. And when testimonies roll in, they feed the next week's expectations, forming a loop that algorithms love. Views beget views, testimonies beget testimonies, and the broadcast becomes habit. The verifiable evidence here is simple: timestamps, view counts, and a chat log that moves too fast to read. Chapter 4. In the Lagos religious landscape, many churches compete for attention. Harvester's edge is operational polish. The communication is concise, the asks are clear, the pathways are labeled. Watch sermons, join a campus, give, contact, download the app. Locations pages list phone numbers and emails. Social channels advertise service times in unmissable typography. This isn't accidental. It's design thinking applied to devotion. When a church reduces friction. How do I find the building? What time is midweek service? More first-time visitors become returning members. The official website's menus, location details, and app prompts demonstrate this systemization. Instagram campus pages reinforce times and venues. Bolaji Idowu's preaching style mirrors that clarity. It's coach-like, directive, and heavy on application. Pray like this, expect like this, do this next. Even in leadership forums and conference bios, he's profiled as a practical leader and convener, not just a pulpit orator. That blending of pastor and operator is why the machine hums. Content feeds campuses, campuses feed content, and both feed a lifestyle defined by measurable next steps. Chapter 5. Movements attract scrutiny. Large movements attract controversy. In late 2024, social media and some blogs began circulating claims about alleged real estate fraud and money laundering tied to Pastor Bolaji Idowu.
Over the last 24 hours, there's been a lot of news about me. There's been a lot of news about me on social media, and there's a lot of news about me on social media about this and about that. I just want to state some facts clear, very good facts clear. I heard that number one, that I was involved in real estate and this and this. So number one, I do not have, and anybody that has contrary evidence can produce it, any property in Nigeria. I do not have any property. The only property I have in Nigeria was the one that my late parents bequeathed to me. There's no property that I bought that I have in Nigeria. Secondly, I do not sell or buy. I do not sell or buy properties. I'm not in that business. I'm not in that business of buying and selling property. Someone said I received billions into my account. My accounts are public accounts. You can go and check if I've ever received billions into my account, because I did not. Just a lot of things going on in the press, but this is not the forum to address it.
Responsible storytelling requires more than reposting rumors. So look at named outlets and on-record statements. On December 4th, 2024, Premium Times reported that Pastor Idowu publicly addressed the allegations, explicitly denying involvement and clarifying that claims, like mentions of a supposed Nigerian naira 1.5 billion sum, were not true. Other Nigerian outlets and social posts amplified the story's heat, but the core verifiable act is his denial on record. That matters because it separates traction from proof. Trending posts are not the same as court-tested facts. There is a temptation in internet culture to let allegations harden into biography. In a documentary, you resist that by weighting sources. Official statements and recognized newsrooms carry more weight than anonymous threads and low editorial blogs. The responsible line today is this: allegations were circulated. Pastor Bolaji Idowu denied them publicly. No adjudicated judgment has been presented in the sources we can verify here. As with any public figure, time may add details, but the present record must be described as it stands, not as the algorithm wished it to be. Chapter 6. Walk into the Anthony campus and you see a familiar choreography. Volunteers in motion, greeters at entrances, concise service blocks timed to the city's clock. Midweek services are stated with precision on social channels. Wednesday evenings, with details pinned like an event flyer. The campuses look like branches of the same brand. Similar staging, similar music palette, similar tempo. That uniformity is not cosmetic. It's the technology of predictability. When first-timers know what to expect, they're more likely to invite a friend. Online, the experience is optimized for repeatability. Watch Sermons is a homepage action. Next Level Prayers is a menu item. The archive is fresh. New videos populate the channel with weekday cadence, complete with dates that mark the habit. The app unifies it all on a phone, where a morning commute can double as a prayer meeting. In an age where attention is the scarce commodity, Harvesters treats attention as stewardship. Remove friction, deliver value, repeat. Chapter 7. Strip away the noise and the story reads like a Lagos archetype. Start small, move fast, build systems, serve relentlessly, go public with the wins, face the scrutiny, keep going. That is the arc from a December 2003 room to a network of campuses and a global dawn broadcast. It's also the reason the brand resonates with young professionals. The promise is not abstract spirituality, but a structured path toward personal change. Pray daily with us, show up weekly with us, measure your progress with us. When the camera fades and the outro music swells, the final frame is not a biography bullet but a practice. Set your alarm, join the prayer, and do it again tomorrow. The movement didn't just grow, it learned to repeat itself.